Hey there, it is your favorite real estate agent, and I'm here to help you, the first-time home buyer, get into your very first house in just 8 simple steps. I'm simplifying everything. There's no reason to complicate everything. We're going to make it super simple and get you moving. Now, this is just from the very beginning, what to do to get the process started, to the time that you're shopping for a house. To get in any further, I do offer first-time homebuyer classes, and if you would love to get in on one of those, my contact information, of course, will be at the end of the video. Also, please subscribe. There is a lot of good stuff here, and there's a lot of good stuff coming, so keep an eye out on my channel for sure. Okay, so your very first step into home ownership is to get in touch with a lender. Getting in touch with your lender is going to give you your purchasing power. You can't look at a house, you can't write an offer until you know how much house you can afford. Now, the lender is going to take into account all of your normal life bills, right? They're going to check out and estimate how much you're going to be paying in gas, water, electricity, all of those good things. So they'll have that estimated, plus car payments, cell phone bills, food, gas. And make sure that even though you're approved for a certain amount, they're going to make sure that you are going to be comfortable with that monthly payment. So with that being said, there is a monthly payment that's going to be given to you so that you can see if that is going to work for you and your life. They are also going to give you estimated closing costs. How much money do you need to bring to the table? We've got earnest money. That's the money that you're going to put down on the house to basically hold the house. It's in good faith that you're purchasing the house. So that is typically 1% of the purchase price. That amount is included in your closing costs. So the lender is going to give you a certain amount, and it all depends on the loan type that you get, how much money you're going to be bringing to the closing table. Now that brings us to number 2. You're going to shop rates. Shopping rates with different lenders is going to give you the best bang for your buck, right? So you're going to talk to different ones, and you're going to see who has the best interest rates for you, who has the best terms for you, and who has the best programs for you. Now, there are 4 different loan types. There's FHA, there's VA, there's USDA, and then there's conventional, right? So 4 loan types, but there's different programs within all of those loan types. Different lenders offer different programs within those loan types. So it's really just calling around and seeing who's going to give you the best rates. Now, I only suggest shopping your rates with 3 different lenders. Do not shop any further than that. With your credit, those are hard hits on your credit. So you want to make sure that you don't do any more than those 3, because those 3 are kind of explainable because you're shopping rates. If you do any more than that, those hits on your credit can be detrimental and you might not be purchasing a house. Now, also know when you are speaking to your lender, you might not get pre-approved right away. And that's okay. The minute that you are thinking that, hey, I would really love to buy a house, that's the moment that you should be talking to a lender. Now, again, if you don't get pre-approved right away, that's okay. Stay in touch with that lender. That lender is going to give you a calendar, and he's going to give you tools, or she is going to give you tools to get your credit up, to help clean up some of the debt that you owe. They're going to give you a schedule, and if you follow that schedule, you're going to be in home ownership within 3 months, 6 months, a year. But follow that program. They're here to help you at no cost to you. They're here to help you. Number 3. You need to get agent representation. Agent representation is super important. There's a lot of people that will go to a home builder and hire the builder to represent them. The builder does not represent you. The builder represents themselves. They will go to a listing agent. The listing agent does not represent you. They represent the seller. So the thing is that when you go, typically in the state of Colorado, 99% of the time, the seller pays the buyer's agent, right? So it's at no cost to you to have agent representation. It is super important to have that because we work on behalf of you and make sure that your best interests are our best interests, right? So we're making sure that you're completely protected, reviewing the contracts, doing the negotiations, all of the things on your behalf. Okay, super important. Now, one of the biggest questions to ask your real estate agent well, before you hire them, is how many transactions have they closed? So you're not going to go to them and say, how long have you been in the business? You're going to say, how many transactions have you closed in the last year? And I will tell you, we are in one of the most challenging markets that we have ever been in. So even an agent that has been in the market for 30 years, if they have only closed 2 transactions or 4 transactions in the last year, they are not familiar with the way that the market's working. You need to make sure that you have an agent that is very active and very thorough with the market that we are in currently. It is very different than what the market was 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago. This market is very different, and you just want to make sure that you have somebody with the experience that is going to give you the best representation. Now, number 4, this gets a little bit more exciting. Number 4 is your wish list. You've got to make a wish list. What do you want in a house? What do you need in a house? Now, there's 2 very different things. Your needs, your wants. So your needs are everything that you have to have. You can't live without these things. You can't live without 3 bedrooms. You can't live without 2 bathrooms. Those are things that you have to have. You're not purchasing a house unless it has those things. Now, your want list. Your want list is, you would love to have a fireplace or, a 4th bedroom. But if it doesn't have those things, you're okay purchasing without them, as long as it has those things that you need, right? Okay, so number 5, you are going to attend some first-time homebuyer classes. Again, I mentioned them in the very beginning. I do offer first-time homebuyer classes. I put them on occasion with some of my lenders, and we just explain basically from the time that you are getting ready to purchase, so that's what I'm going over now, to the time that you close. So it will give you a much more broad overview about every step in the process. Today, I'm just going over how to become a first-time homebuyer. So attend those first-time homebuyer classes. My contact information, again, will be at the end of the video. Make sure that you subscribe to follow any further things that I have going on for more information. Number 6, you're going to attend open houses. You are going to go into new builds. You are going to go into neighborhoods during the day, during the week, during the weekends, during the night, to see what kind of things you like and dislike about certain areas. Sometimes on the weekend, a street can be completely lined with cars, and you might not like that. Or during the middle of the week, there might be dogs that have been left outside that are barking all day long. And you can't ever avoid certain things, but I tell you that sometimes when you're going through these neighborhoods and stuff, just to see the atmosphere, it might make you choose a different neighborhood. And that's totally okay, but I recommend that all the time. When you're going into the new builds, make sure that you tell that new builder that you have agent representation. If you sign a card and you don't put your agent information on that card, if you decide to purchase one of those houses, that builder will not allow you to have agent representation. It's pretty good way for them to get away without paying a real estate agent. Again, I mean, when you hire an agent, like, you don't pay for it, right? So it's so good to have agent representation. So make sure you tell that builder, I have an agent. Regardless of if you've hired one yet or not, just tell them you have an agent. Number 7, your first home is not your only home. It's not typically ever going to be the house that you're going to live in forever. So remember that as a first-time home buyer, you probably will not get your dream house. You might not get, this fancy, elaborate, amazing house. You are going to get a house for your first time. It might not have all of the things that you dream of, but it's going to have everything that you need as a first home and to build your equity for you, as opposed to paying your renters and your landlords. So just remember that, like, it is a stepping stone to work up to everything that you dreamed of, right? Okay, so your last and final step is to, once you have your pre-approval, you're moving forward, you've hired your real estate agent, you're starting to look at houses, you might offer on a few houses. Make sure that once you're there, no big life changes, no big purchases, okay? Do not change your job. Do not purchase new appliances for your new house, new couches and furniture for your new house. If you are going to do any of those things, if you're thinking about doing any of those things, make sure that you talk to your lender first. Sometimes it's going to be okay. Sometimes it's not. So all of those big purchases, big life changes affect your, well, okay, so let's back up here. Big purchases are going to affect your credit and your debt to income. That could make it so that you're buying furniture and appliances for your new house. You might not be able to qualify for that new house anymore. So then your new furniture and your new appliances have nowhere to go, right? So make sure that you're consulting your lender first. Changing jobs. If you change your job, they do verify employment. If you're not working at the job that you were, it might make it so that you cannot purchase your house because you have to have so long at your job to be able to purchase a house. So with all of those steps, you are set and ready to get the process started, and I am here to help. My phone number is 720-556-0080. I am Holly Verostic with the Holly Verostic team at JPAR Modern Real Estate, and I cover most of the Front Range in Colorado. So please feel free to give me a call, subscribe to our channel, and we will be seeing a lot more of you soon.